Get your bars up, I get it on me, yeah I do. Endorsement, whole team pull up in Porsche. We came a long way from them Porsche. Get your bars up and get extorted. Get your bars up, I pulled up, shot his car up.
What up, world? It's your guy BA for Real 100, and welcome to Get Your Bars Up reaction. Salute, salute, salute. So we back up in this thing with another one, man. And I decided to go live with this one today. I definitely decided to go live. I don't go live often on this channel, but I had to show this gentleman some love because last time I went live, I did a Josh Johnson reaction video where he was actually introducing his thought and opinion about the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar situation, and it was hilarious. It was hilarious, and actually had dope interaction with it as well. And yeah, man. But first and foremost, too, thank y'all for rocking as well. Thank y'all for rocking, like always. Thank y'all. I really appreciate y'all for rocking with us. And make sure you hit that like button. Hit the like button. Why? Because the content is dope and the content is free. It's free and it's dope. That's it. We doing it for the love, and we having fun, and we here to laugh, and we here to smile, and we here to enjoy. But this video has stumbled across my my desk, and I had to do it because my peoples was joking with me. And my peoples was like, man, you've been doing these reaction videos on Taylor Swift. Listen to Josh Johnson. He's gonna explain and break down the Taylor Swift fans and all of this stuff. And I was like, break down the Taylor Swift fans? Like, break them down? Like, I'm like, man, the Swifties have been showing me love. They good peoples, man. They showing me love. Nah, listen to Josh Johnson. And I'm like, all right, bro. We gonna make it happen, and we gonna listen to what he has to say in particular. But this is my second time actually watching and reacting to his comedy, but his sense of humor is super dope, and I'm very interested in what he's about to say about the Swifties. I don't want him hating on the Swifties. Don't hate on the Swifties, Mr. Johnson. We not doing that, not today. But if it's funny, it's funny. I will say that, but thank y'all for rocking. Make sure y'all hit that like button wherever you are, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, wherever you're catching this at. Hit that like button. If you are on YouTube, hit the like button on YouTube. If you are on Twitter, make sure you hit the like button, the heart button on Twitter, I believe, and we'll go that way. And make sure you share the video as well. But without further ado, because I'm talking too much, the name of this video we're about to have and we're about to react to is called Josh Johnson, Understanding Taylor Swift Fans, #Swifties. Mr. Johnson, the floor is yours. Please make it be funny, and don't go too hard on my peoples, man. Don't go too hard on my peoples. Well, let's get it.
What a month, you know? This is a lot has happened. Taylor Swift's album dropped. And OJ died. White women are having a month. This is... Wow, this month is for you specific. The two best things that could happen happened.
Yo, you already going crazy. We already 21 seconds in. Mr. Johnson, why you talking like this, young sir? Why are you doing this right now? Should I even did a reaction to this video? I don't care, man. This is for the people and it's fun. It's all fun. Please don't get in your feelings. Don't get over here talking about, oh, I hate this and all of that. No, it's all love at the end of the day. And we are here to laugh. We are here to laugh because we got love for everybody. And shout out to the Swifties, 100%. I mean that. Shout out to the Swifties. But anyways, Mr. Johnson, talk your ish, sir.
For you. Wow. You think this month was really named after a white woman named April? Like,
wow,
incredible. Really? Nah, Taylor Swift is breaking so many records. Like, I'm sure she's breaking them now as I'm speaking.
She's incredible.
She released her album. It hits 300 million streams in the first 12 hours. It's like never happened before, ever. And people are freaking out about reading into the lyrics of every song. There's like scavenger hunts, there's everything. And this is the thing for me with Taylor. A lot of people trash Taylor, and I don't know, I don't get it. If somebody likes something, let them have it.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it brings people joy. It's not hurting anybody except maybe Taylor's exes. Like, it's like
That's a fact. This is something that I'm learning. I'm learning more and more as I react, and I broaden my horizon when it comes to music. I'm noticing more and more since I went down this rabbit hole that it's a lot of diss tracks. I thought she only dissed Taylor. I thought she only dissed Kim Kardashian, but she's dissed a lot of people. She's petty, and Taylor is toxic, and I love her toxicity. I love it though. I can't front. I can't front. It's like talk your ish. Low key can be relatable.
It's hurting nobody. Like people are having a good time and stuff. If anything, I hope it makes the world a bit more compassionate. You know, there are a lot of people that like Taylor, and the people that don't get it. But I hope that the people that like Taylor will be able to give some grace, because I think that Taylor Swift.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and anything.
Here we go.
She does for her fans what wrestling does for dudes. Do you know what I mean? Like, because if you're not a wrestling fan, you're like, what are they even doing? Why are they moving all stupid? It's just... But if you get it, you're in it. And you're like, you just don't get it. You weren't there, you know? But they're very similar, you know?
Wow.
If you don't like it, you don't get it. And you're like, who likes this? And it turns out the answer to both is millions of people. You know? Same way that there are a lot of little girls and young women out there that want to be Taylor Swift, or older women that see themselves in Taylor Swift. I think every man in here has looked at a wrestler and...
When I was a kid, I'm not gonna front. I seen, well, the first time I seen Hulk Hogan come out and wrestle as a young child, because I haven't seen wrestling in years. I was like, man, he seems like everybody likes him. He seems like the good guy. I was like Hulkamania. So I kind of get where he's going. I know I can't speak for the ladies though. I can't speak for the ladies, but you know, you can see a piece in every type of celebrity, a star that you do follow or that you're a fan of. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to him in some type of way and see a piece of themselves in him. So I get where he's going with this, but this dude right here is hilarious. He's going crazy right now. He's going crazy.
Every man in here has watched some wrestling at some point and then walked away like, I wish somebody would with me. Like, I wish, I would just,
Right. That's a fact.
There are people that listen to Taylor Swift songs and feel it, like truly feel, like in their bones, you can tell they feel the song. It speaks to them in a deep way, and they've never been in a relationship at all. Like, like Taylor's describing her breakup in an exquisite fashion, but then a person who's never been through anything is like, oh my God, yes. It's just like that time this other totally unrelated thing happened to me, yes. Same thing with wrestling, you know? Wrestling storylines tear you up. You know? Like when a wrestler turns heel and he turns on all his friends.
Oh my God.
Guys watch that, we're like, just like Greg.
This is what I will say is, if you follow somebody, like I said, if you follow and you are fans of whoever that you look up to or that you can relate to, of course you're gonna feel that energy. You're gonna be like, oh man, there's a lot of people that like that rock with Kobe Bryant, right? And when Kobe Bryant passed, everybody was so bummed and all of that stuff. And it's like they liked him and they didn't know. A lot of people that like Kobe didn't know how to play basketball. They wish they did. What's wrong with that, man? Let everybody live in their dreams. Let everybody live in their dreams, man. But talk your wish, because you talking right now. Just like Greg. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Triple H, he really evil.
Yo.
Oh. I didn't grow up with money. I think it's funny when people make a lot of money and they're known as new money. You know, and people how they feel how they feel about it. You know, like a lot of athletes are new money, a lot of entertainers are new money and everything.
Facts.
But nobody ever talks about new poor.
Newport. I've never heard of that.
We never talk about Newport, and we don't feel bad for Newport. A New Money backstory is always inspiring. It's always like I came from nothing, and I studied hard, and I played football to the best of my ability, and then I got a scholarship to a good school, a scout school. And then I played every day like the scout was there every day. I put my body on the line, and I still studied as hard as possible in case football didn't work out. But you know what? I had a great game in front of a scout. They brought me out. Next thing I know, I'm getting drafted. And now I'm one of the top earners in the NFL. We love a story like that.
Yeah.
Because it felt like all you really needed was to do your best, and you could make something out of that. So we love New Money. But nobody ever talks about New Poor.
Newport. Yo, salute, I see you, bro.
Not only do we not talk about New Poor, we don't really feel bad for New Poor. Yeah, I mean, you ever hear a New Poor story where it's like, oh, we've actually, as a family, we were kind of a dynasty. We were rich for 250 years because we owned a lot of farms.
He is not lying right now. New money, new rich. You see people, and it's the talk of the town. But Newport, everybody forget about you. They move on, or they look down on you. It's sad, but it's true. And he's look at this evil look right here. This is that evil Dave Chappelle look right here. It is. It definitely is. Talk your ish, Mr. Johnson. You on fire right now. You on fire.
Yeah, we owned a lot of farms, and
On my reaction
we were
shout.
big in tobacco, and so as the farming industry lended itself to a more industrial tobacco industry, we profited. And it was my great grandfather that actually sold his shares in the tobacco company, and he had other ventures that he wanted to go into, and he had some sons, but only one of the sons really had kids, and so all the wealth just kept getting consolidated. Less and less people had kids, so then it was all down to Trent. And Trent took some big swings with big swings with crypto, and
Big swings with crypto.
it didn't go as planned. Yeah. And so that's why Trent is working at this Piggly Wiggly, and why he's not a very good sweeper. He doesn't really understand the broom needs to touch the ground. He just. It is genuinely hilarious watching someone rich try to do a job. It's a little disheartening, but you're also like, look at him go. Oh, I remember my first experience with Newport was a kid in my neighborhood. I didn't always live at the best neighborhoods. I'll put it like that. And there was a kid when I was little that moved in, and you could tell he was Newport. We were playing. I think we were just playing in like this lot, and he walked up to us, and he had just moved in with his parents, and you could tell he was Newport because his name.
Hi, I'm Nicole Hockley from Sandy Hook Promise. I know this is hard to hear, but it's important.
You could tell he was Newport because his name was Thurston.
His name was Thurston, and he was Newport. Yo. Shout out to all the people out there. If your name is Thurston, This is a joke. This is just comedy. It's just pure comedy. This is pure comedy. I thought he was going to be I thought he was going to be going more in depth about Taylor Swift, but I guess he's not. He's Withers, like going off of subject, talking about new. But hey, this is my first look at it, and he's still very entertaining to me. I can't front. I like where he's going. I like what he's talking about. Even though I thought he was going to get more in depth about about Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift fans in general. I thought he was going to teach me something, but he's told me everything that I know already, which is a good thing. Shout out to the Swifties. Anyways, Mr. Johnson, talk about thirsting. I'm sorry. Stop. If you thirsted and you watch this, I'm sorry. It's a joke. It's hilarious. Please don't get in your feelings, even if you are new poor. It's okay to be new poor. We all go through different phases of life. Sometimes you're gonna be poor, sometimes you're gonna be rich. Sometimes you don't be either. You just be in the middle. But every single day, what I will say on some mature stuff is appreciate every single day that you have here, no matter where you are financially. Enjoy your life. Period. Don't base it off of money. Please don't. But if you don't and you end up becoming new poor, you'll be all right. You'll just fight through it and live and still enjoy your life. But let's go.
And I remember when he said it. And there's a thing with kids where, for whatever reason, and it just is what it is. Sometimes kids take a certain shine to each other, or they don't like each other, or whatever. But we liked him as soon as we met him. We just really did. And he was so earnest. He's a sweet kid. 100%. And so we were just like, you can play with us. We don't care. And we didn't even really have a concept of money in that way to look at him sideways, right? We were all just kids. But when he said that his name was Thurston, I was kind of like, ooh, that's the most punchable name I've ever heard in my life. So look, I tell you what, we gonna call you 30. And if anybody asks why, just say you did something real bad 30 times.
We're gonna call him 30.
And so we used to love hanging out with 30. And 30 was new poor because his family had been rich for a long time. They probably owned a few farms. But 30's dad lost it all in the .com bubble. I don't know. Yeah, I guess if you don't know anything about it, back in the day when the internet was very new, a lot of companies were like adding these online sides to their brick and mortar stores, which was obviously super profitable for some businesses, and for some businesses it didn't matter at all because it was about the infrastructure of being able to send everything and
facts.
But we didn't know that initially. So there were some companies whose stock price went up just because they had a website. And then it all came crashing down when people started looking for returns on these incredible stock prices. But most of these companies just had like a website with a broken link.
This is some more history for a lot of people. Just briefly, because he's on a roll right now. He's on fire. .com era. It was so many mom and pop stores that got fooled into getting a website. And this is before the internet blew up for real. This is the late 90s, like the mid to late 90s era. So many people went broke from it, but then like it was so top heavy that you had a lot of the top heavy companies end up becoming millionaires. But that still left a bunch of empty domains that were, like he was saying, that did not work, and people trying to return stuff and lawsuits, etc. It was crazy. The .com era. I was super young. I was like probably around 10, 15 years old during that era. But I remember because my dad had his own landscaping company. He was like, I'm not doing that ish. I'm not wasting my time on that. And good thing he didn't, because we definitely would have been, I wouldn't say new poor because we was already poor. So, but anyways, I can laugh about it now because I'm a grown man and I take care of myself, and we made it out of the situation that we were. But this dude knows his history and he's hilarious.
And so, you couldn't pull your money out fast enough, and 30's dad didn't pull his money out at all. So
Mike, salute.
So they moved in
Jabbar's up.
next to us. And we take walks and stuff. We like walk around neighborhood once in a while and everything. And there was a dog. There was a dog that was in the yard of one of our neighbors way down the street. And this dog was a big dog, and he had like a big thick collar, and he had a chain that he would wear, and the chain had some length to it, and the chain was around the tree. And 30, he hated it. He hated every time he saw it. It made him sick that there was a dog that was outside chained up against a tree. It didn't matter how much room he had to run around and stuff. He just didn't like the concept. And he'd bring it up. Every time we passed by, he's like, they got that dog chained to the tree like some kind of animal. And I was like, yeah, 30. Crazy stuff.
And look, I'm not even saying that is right. I'm just saying it was a very big dog. Like it was like every time 30 would like protest that he want to go over there, he's like, I just want to like let him free. You should be able to run around. I was like, all right, but okay, listen. At that house, they live with that dog. So they probably know something we don't. Maybe they tried the whole freedom thing out. Maybe they used to have 2 dogs. That's a big ass dog. Maybe I'm not saying you have to love it. I'm not saying it's not wrong. I'm just saying that they may have tried other things. Maybe they tried making them inside dog. Maybe they used to have more family members. So you see what
I'm talking about? When you were young, right? I remember being young because I stayed in the hood. I ain't gonna lie. I grew up in a place where it wasn't it just wasn't really a good place, but it was safe to me because I knew the area. I had family everywhere. The neighborhood was crap and all of that stuff I came from because it wasn't a good neighborhood, right? Looking back as an adult, but when we used to like travel and run the streets as kids, and you seen these pit bulls and stuff on chains and stuff on trees and I always had friends, right? Friends at a very young age. Oh, let's go free the pit bull. Let's go free the pit bull. The pit bull will be looking super mean, looking vicious, barking at us. But I still had somebody that always wanted to be a humanitarian. And I used to always be like, yo, if you don't sit yourself down, if you don't sit your ass down, go somewhere. We are not about to do that. And one time, a friend actually decided to go and be Superman and, let's go free this dog. And got his ass bit. One of the most terrifying times of my life. And we were like what, 8 or 9 at the time. And it's like this house that looked like it was abandoned, but it was people that lived there. The people that lived there were, they were drug addicts. They were whatever. They were that type, right? But one of my friends, of course, wanted to be like, oh, let's go save that dog. I'm like, yo, the dog is on the chain. He lives right there. His peoples know who he is. We don't know this dog. What are you doing? He got his ass bit. And what did I do? I probably wasn't a good friend at the time because I was super young and I was scared. So my ass ran all the way down the street to my house. And I had to tell my parents, yo, such and such got bit. He got bit. And every time I think back at that day, from that moment on, right, as we grew older, because he got healed, but the dog bit a piece of his calf off, like literally took a chunk of his calf just because he wanted to be a humanitarian. And God bless him. But every time since then, even as a grown man, if I'm riding, because I'm not walking, I don't live that type of life no more because I'm much older. But every time I see a dog on a chain somewhere, I'm leaving that dog alone. Even more. Crazy though.
what I'm saying? And there was one day where we were walking down the street together and he peeled off from us and he did it without saying anything because I knew that he knew if he said something, we would try to stop him. But he just started walking over towards that house. And I told him, I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure that's a dog from the Sandlot. So you really...
You really don't need to be playing games. Don't go over there, right? And then even as we saw him kill, we were like, 30, where you going? 30, where you doing? 30, 30. Started saying it slow like it was his real name. 30! Get back over here. And this kid climbed the fence, jumped over, and the dog is like laying down, but he's not asleep, but he's just sort of laying in the grass. And 30 jumped over the fence, ran over to the chain, and the chain had no lock. It was just wrapped. And so 30 pulled it a little bit, released the slack from the end of that chain, and the whole chain just drops to the ground. And now the dog has not been moving. Dog's just sort of laying there. But the dog heard the chain drop, and he felt the slack release on his collar. And the dog turned around and looked at 30, and even the dog was like, "Are you sure?" You must be new poor.
So again, you must be new poor. You gotta be new poor.
And so the dog turns around and he just, I don't know, just, you know, like when an animal is made of muscle? When they just have like phenomenal National Geographic level power. This dog whipped around and just started charging at 30, right? Exactly. Now 30, in his very sweet mind, he thinks that this dog is bounding towards him for a hug. And so he actually starts to bend down and open his arms. He's just getting a wide stance. Now the dog, because the chain did have a ton of length to it. I want to be clear. This dog wasn't wrapped up against a tree like some Tom and Jerry cartoon. This dog actually was bounding for a while, and he was bounding so fast that like it was either all 4 feet touching the ground or nothing. Like the dog was like this or it was like this. I've never seen a dog float like that. Like the dog is coming at him like a bullet. And from where we were standing, by the way, all of us had been yelling run. We've been yelling run since we saw that the chain had no lock on it. And so then you see 30, just arms open, but even he started to be like, I've never seen this sort of reaction from a young pup before. And the dog is bounding towards him. And as it starts to really get close, 30 immediately just turns around and starts to run. But his wires are so crossed, he's still in the crab stance. So he's like, ah!
Yeah.
And he grabs the fence and he climbs up the fence. He climbs up the fence so fast that he doesn't even try to get over the other side. He just slams to the ground on the other side. And he gets up and he dusts himself off. And he walks up to us. And I'm like, I told you that was the dog from the Sandlot. Why would you go over there? It's your new poor ass.
All right, salute to everybody that enjoyed this brief live. Actually, it wasn't brief because we were here for 29 minutes in county, man. Salute to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter that has tuned in, and salute to everybody that will be tuning in later. That was Josh Johnson. It looks like he did talk about Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift fans. And he compared it to wrestling, which was hilarious, and dope, because I could see what he was kind of saying or whatnot. And he didn't go too hard. That's what I really wanted to see, if he was about to go super crazy. Or I thought I was about to start having to defend the Swifties real quick, but I didn't have to defend the Swifties. So salute to the Swifties. Josh was hilarious as always, but the new poor, the new money and the new poor, I love that concept. And then this story that he told specifically about the dog being the Sandlot dog over the fence, and his friend Thurston, aka 30. That's what they called him, 30. I love that story. I love that story. Why? Because I can relate to it. Because like I said, growing up in the hood, having a whole bunch of abandoned homes or rundown homes, and then everybody had a dog. Everybody had a dog, and everybody had a pit bull, or they had some type of dog that was just probably not that they weren't supposed to have out like that in the wilderness. I'm calling the hood the wilderness because that's exactly where it was, but it was still home at one point in my life. But I can relate to that story. And this gentleman is hilarious. I'm definitely going to have to watch more Josh Johnson videos. I'm definitely going to have to watch more Josh Johnson. This video went a totally different way than I thought it was going to go, but it was still solid and it was still dope, still entertaining. And if you don't know who Josh Johnson is, just type in on YouTube, Josh Johnson comedy. Go find this fella. Go run them numbers up. I think y'all really like him. I think he's super dope, super dope. Last video I did, it was hilarious, and I guess a lot of people like that video because it had over 1,000 views and all that stuff on this particular newer channel that I'm having now, that I'm on now, should I say? And yeah, it was dope. He's dope. He is dope. I'm trying to tell you, hilarious. But anyways, I got to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all for rocking. This your God BA for Real 100. This is Get Your Bars Up Reactions. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. You rock with me, I rock with you. And if you're out there, hey, just because you think I'm a new guy, you just not stumbled upon my channel and I've been doing this for a minute, then all I can truly say is thank you for coming and get your bars up. Salute, subscribe, all that good stuff. And in that comment section, tell me what y'all think about this particular type of comedy. And for all of my Swifties out there, tell me what y'all thought about what he said about Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift fans. I choose the latter. It was hilarious to me. It was super hilarious. And I low-key agree with him with a lot of stuff that he was saying. And it wasn't negative, by the way. But anyways, we up out of here. Peace and love. If you don't got your bars up, you can definitely hold this L. This L is not for a loss, it's for a lesson. Why? Because we stay giving them. Peace and love. Thank y'all for rocking this evening. Holla.
Yeah. Yeah, get your bars up, I get it on me, yeah I do, endorsement, whole team pull up in Porsche, we came a long way from them Porsche, get your bars up and get extorted, get your bars up, I pulled up, shot his car up,